Hey, what's up you guys? First of all, I know I look like crap today, so all of you who like to say that I look like I'm high, you can come for me today because I know my makeup is a mess and I probably do. Also, I am smoking a cigarette right now. There's only half of it left, so bear with me. I do get a lot of anxiety when I'm filming for some reason. Like, I don't know if you start to hear me swallow a lot and things like that. Like, I really do, like, get nervous. So, and my, like, chest gets all red. Like that's the swallow I do. So I'm trying to get past that, but so just kind of bear with me for the smoking thing for now, if that's okay. Because I know a lot of you guys have something to say about it. But okay, so anyways, to the point. I have told you guys before, and I've kind of like based my channel off, hold on a second. Sorry about that, guys. I had to send a message real quick. Alright. So, first of all, I base my channel off of telling you guys that I'm a real person. I try not to be fake with you. I try to be 100% all the time. And while being that, that means that I have to, when I'm wrong or feel like I've said something that's untrue or need to retract a statement, I'm going to do it. Like right now, what I said about Jake Paul yesterday, I take it back because what I saw him doing on his last 2 videos in Texas is way more than I could be doing myself. I think it's great what he's doing. I think it's crazy what he's doing. I think for him being so young, it's a good eye-opener for him so he can see what really is happening in the world, because let me explain something to you. I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, like Hurricane Katrina was worse and stuff like that. And Trevor was there for Hurricane Katrina. He went and helped them clean up and stuff like that and rebuild, but let me explain something to you guys. So the few of you who don't understand this, but when it floods, okay, whether it's just a little bit or a lot, and let's say like my floor has like an inch of water in it, compared to the houses that have like 10 feet of water, that inch of water is still doing enough damage to where the house is unlivable anymore. Let me explain. Like the foundation of the house, like anything, the foundation is the most important. Once the foundation is ruined, the whole house is ruined. So when it floods and rains like that, like now you need to think about it this way. These people in Texas who have spent their entire lives trying to get a house and have a family and cars, everything is ruined. Everything they had is gone. Everything they saved for, everything they wanted in their life, everything, like at my age, I mean, I know I'm not like old, I'm still like young, you know what I mean? I'm like 20s, but like right now, like I, like around the mid 20s, young 20s, I'll say, like, imagine like you just bought your first car. Imagine like imagine you just bought your first car and the next day somebody slashes your tires. You know what I mean? Now imagine that on a bigger scale. Like you just bought a house, you just bought cars, you spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And something uncontrollable like the weather comes and takes it all away from you. There's one guy who I saw on Jake's video, and he had like 1 bag of stuff that he was bringing onto the skidoo. 1 bag. And I thought about that and I was like, holy crap, like everything that this man owns in this house and all he can take is 1 bag of things. That's so sad to me. I can't imagine losing everything I have in my apartment right now. I cannot imagine. And you know, Texas is so divided right now too. A woman got shot. I don't know what Jake was talking about with people shooting at helicopters. I don't know what that was about, but I know a woman got shot 1 time, was instantly killed, because somebody said she was walking down the street with a gun. Nobody knows what happened yet. There's no videos have been released, nothing yet. There was somebody trying to, obviously people are all trying to drive out of Texas, out of that area, those areas as fast as they can. So there's road rage. Somebody else got shot in the eye, I'm pretty sure it was, over like some road rage, people trying to get out of there. It's like a really hard time right now for Texas. And like, I mean, like, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on down there. So, I mean, what I have to say about this is, I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest. There's not much I can do to help. Right now, I don't have money. I don't have anything good like that. I'm going to, I said before that once I get to the 600 marking on my Patreon, I'm going to donate that to charity for like people who are in poverty and people who are in addiction and stuff like that. But I think what I'm going to do is, I'm not even at that 600 mark, not even close, but what I do make now, it hasn't even showed on my Patreon yet, the amount. It's only like $30-something, but I'm at least going to donate that to the people in Texas, because, I mean, it's all I really can right now, but I'm going to, you know what I mean? And I'll even, like, turn it around on my computer and show you guys if you guys don't believe me. It hasn't showed on my Patreon yet. I don't really know how that works because I just made one, but I will. And, if I don't see it showing on there by, like, the end of next week, then I'll just get money on my own and do it, and I'll take you guys with me to show you, just because I feel like I have to. But if there's anything you guys can do, if there's anything, I suggest you guys do it, because, I mean, God has a way of coming around full swing. I have a hard time myself believing that, so it's hard for me to tell other people, just because I always joke with my friends that I'm still waiting on the good karma to come, because, like, I've done a lot of things for a lot of people. Yeah, so if there's anything you can do, don't even think about the karma, because you'll just feel really good about it after anyways, and that's your good karma. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is Tana Mongeau, and I also have to give credit where it's due. I never would have seen this if it wasn't for Peter's last video about her. I'm going to insert the clip right here.
So it's time for us to have an orgy, shoot up some fucking heroin, and you guys need to get the fuck out! Bye!
Here's my problem with this, and honestly, Peter said it best, and what I wish that Peter could do, and like, I don't even know if he'd be interested in this. I know he already spent a lot of his time in addiction himself and working in addiction, but there are so many people like Tana who are uneducated that I wish that Peter could use. Like, he's got so much knowledge on it, clearly. Maybe like once a month make a video helping people or teaching people, like, as much as you can. And I know, and he probably knows too, that when you're really using and in the depths of using, a YouTube video ain't gonna help nobody. But then when you're in recovery, in early recovery, people like me at least, I did go on the internet and research like documentaries and things like that. Because, like, I mean, addicts are smart. Like, we do want to learn, you know what I mean? I don't know if he'd even be interested in that. I know he does like the vlog and stuff like that, but I'd be interested, even in my sobriety, I've been sober for a while, I'd still be interested in learning the knowledge that he has. Working in that field for so long also. So, I don't know, Peter, that's an idea if you ever wanted to. At least I'd be interested in it, okay? I really am. But, I agree with everything he said. People are dying every day over this. My son's father, you guys know, he was just on life support and in a coma less than a year ago. It's very sad, and heroin used to be so taboo to talk about. Like, nobody talked about it, nobody joked about it, and now, like, people are making jokes about it. Is it that socially, like, acceptable at this point? Like, what is going on in the world? I don't even know. Like, I don't know. It's sad. It's crazy. I think that she really needs to rethink what she's doing, because I'm going to explain something to you guys. When people say trigger warning and things like that, being triggered isn't just like, oh, you're so triggered right now. Being triggered is a real thing, okay? Triggers are very real, and I'm going to explain to you a trigger, okay? For an addict, at least, this is how it works. They say, like, you know, specialists and stuff like that, a smell, a color, a place, a person, a sound, okay? Anything like that. If you've ever used in a dollar store parking lot, and 5 years later you drive past a dollar store, you can get triggered. And if you're looking at somebody's brain, like scientific, like a brain scan, when they're triggered, their brain will light up like a Christmas tree and they won't even know what's going on right away. And that's the sad part, and that just goes to show how much of like a chemical imbalance is going on from drugs, and even after, way after using. So like, let's say I was extremely like vulnerable to triggers, and I just was like, oh, I'm gonna watch Tiana's house tour, and then all of a sudden it's a nice video, nice house tour, and all of a sudden at the end you get this nice reminder, oh, we're gonna go shoot some heroin. Like, first of all, that's like in really poor taste of a joke, and second of all, like, I mean, you got young kids watching you, man. Like, you better, like, come on. That's like, I know she banks off being controversial, but that's like taking it a little too far. I'm gonna end that there. The last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, okay. And I know I'm gonna get backlash for this one, because I already have in the past. And here's the deal. When I started making these videos about Joy, okay, I did not make these videos because I'm a fan of Onision. I didn't make him to have his back. I didn't make him because like I was like one of the fucking banana people, okay? I made the videos because I saw that what she was doing was wrong, and it bothered me. Like, it bothered me. I thought it was fucking harassment, so I was like, you know what, dude, that's wrong. Like, and honestly, I haven't watched Onision's videos in a while. I am on his Patreon, I'm not gonna lie. But, I mean, obviously, like, I was really focused on the Joy Onision thing for a while, so. Ever since he made his channel, like a paid channel, I haven't really been following, but I did see that he posted a video called An Inappropriate Kiss, and I watched it. And let me give you guys the story a little bit about what happened in this video. And there's a channel called The Josh Show, or The Josh. And I've seen one of his videos before where he said that he personally, like, called the police on Onision. And this video that the Josh made about him is 100% lies and bullshit, and I am sure of that, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, he tried to say that Onision had made a fake username on a live stream, was talking to somebody, he wouldn't release the girl's name, maybe it was like Sarah or something, they were talking about a young girl, and basically it had come out on the live chat like he kissed a 14-year-old on an airplane, allegedly, okay? Now, here, and then he said he knew it was Onision because he traced the IP address. First of all, let me tell you something. I live in New York, and my IP address from my phone says that I'm in fucking Mexico sometimes. I swear to God. And a lot of the times it also says Massachusetts. And I'm in New York, okay? Even for police to track an IP address like that, it's not easy to track an exact location, or for it to even be right half the... Honestly, I could download an app right now for free to change my VPN and stuff like that and hide where I am. And it's very simple. So, and he knows this stuff. If he was gonna... He don't got time to make a fake account. And the Josh, if you really did trace this IP address, and like you said, you are sure it's him, I'd love to see the proof, because I'm very open to seeing it. I'm very open to changing my mind. I'd like to see it personally, because otherwise it sounds like you're just talking out your ass. It literally sounds like you made up that entire story. I'm sorry, but it does. It sounds like you made up that entire story. Another thing, okay? I have nieces who are younger than me, okay? And they have friends who are like, I mean, I was older when they were 14, and if I go up, like, you know, we don't know, like, how this kiss took place. We don't know who this person was. We don't. Let's say it is true. Let's say it is true. Let's say he kissed a 14-year-old on a plane, okay? Who's the 14-year-old? Who in relation to him is it, okay? Are you sure that this person is 14? Who was around at that time to be able to report that they kissed, and that girl's exact age? So this is what I'm saying. So in order for that to have been true and gotten out, somebody had to have been watching who knew him, knew her age on an airplane, like, and it was a while, and it's just coming out now, like, it's, and this allegedly happened in like years ago, and this is just coming out now. Like, no, this is all a bullshit story, 100%. You guys didn't trace his IP address. It didn't happen. Stop making shit up. This is fake news. Fake news. Who says that? Somebody says that. I don't know who it is. But fake news, fake ass news. If you're gonna go after somebody, at least make it legit. Go after something you actually can go after, because that is like pathetic. That's bad. So am I wrong for like if my young nieces come over with their friends and I give them like a kiss on the cheek or whatever? Like my mom used to kiss me on the mouth when I was younger. She didn't make out with me, but she would like, you know, peck me on the mouth. We're like super Italian family. Is that wrong? No. Like, is it wrong like if I kiss my son? You know what I mean? Like, is that wrong? Like, it's just like, to the Josh, if you're seeing this, I'd love to see your proof. You can even send it to me in an email of how you found his IP address or found out where he is. Your proof that this was happened. Your proof that this fake username or whatever was Greg. And the proof that this even happened. I'd love to see it, okay? So I'm gonna move on from that now because, hold on. Sorry, because that's a bunch of crap. Like literally it's a bunch of crap. I have not watched any of his videos, that guy, the Josh's videos, in between the one where he said he called the cops and that, because it's like literally his channel. First of all, your channel is wicked small, bro, kind of like mine, so really like you're taking on something that's way too big for you, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, but you are. Second of all, it's obvious he made that for the views. Like, basically what that whole video was, Onision went on a live stream for somebody who we can't mention, had a username, we can't mention it, talked to another girl who we also can't mention, and it was said, and 100% true, that he kissed a 14-year-old on a plane. But we can't give you the proof, we can't tell you who it was, can't tell you any of the names, can't tell you when it was, can't tell you what flight it was on, like, really? What was the point of making the freaking video? You know what I mean? You just said a whole bunch of bullshit nonsense. But I don't know. That's like, I don't think his channel's gonna get that far. Hate to say it, but I don't. Yeah. Sorry, you might want to find a new niche. But anyways, so yeah, that was it. What did I have to talk to you guys about? The Jake Paul thing, the Tana thing, the Josh thing. So much going on. Joy, I'm not even gonna get into that freaking bag of crazy right now because I saw Karina's video on him, that she made on him, on her, and it was actually really good. But it's pretty much, literally, like, there's nothing else to say anymore about her except for recycled bullshit. So, I'm not even gonna say anything else about her anymore for the time being. Except for, can somebody tell me how she is directly related to this Daddy 05 case? Like, does anybody know? Can somebody tell me? Because, like, I can't figure it out. And I'm pretty sure she really is just using them in her titles and tags to get views on her videos, which, no shame in that. I got a bunch of random tags down in my video, but, like, you're using something, like, that's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like the Josh, using something screwed up to get views, but it's whatever. Anyways, okay, so past all that drama, now my drama. I am going to make another video. I'm going to link it to my Patreon, and I'm going to, like, obviously they're going to have it first, and then after a couple days I'll probably set this particular one, not all of them, but this particular one, to be, like, viewed for everybody, and I'll link it below of this video, like, within the next couple days, because I do want to give you guys an update on what's been going on this whole week. Or maybe I'll post one there, and then I'll just, if I'm gonna do it for free a couple days later, I might as well just post it here too, a couple days after or whatever. But anyways, there has been so much going on, like, in my life this past week. You guys, like, have no idea. It's been nuts. Today, crazy, nuts, okay? And especially things going on at my program, nuts. So I do have a lot that I want to tell you guys about. Probably gonna record it right after this, but yeah, so I don't know, I want to talk to you guys about those things. I hope that you guys all are going to have a good weekend. I cannot believe that it's already, what's today, Friday? It's already Friday. Wow, this week went by really fast. This week was really bad for me, you guys. Like, I mean, not like a little bad. This week was really bad for me. I got kicked out of the clinic one day for fighting with the security guard, no joke. I go in there today, they are like accusing me of the craziest stuff with no information to back it. I mean, like some crazy accusations. Everything went on with the court. I've been arguing with my mom back and forth about like, okay. I want to say something real quick. This has got nothing to do with my family. It's got nothing to do with my mom, because I know I just mentioned her, but it's got nothing to do with anybody like in particular. But let me tell you something, okay? For the past 2 years of my life, I have been fortunate enough to have a roof over my head and help from my parents when I absolutely need it. They don't help me a lot. They don't even really help me like normal parents would when their kids leave the nest. But they do help me when I need it. Like when it comes down to it, like if I really need help, they do. Even if it's rare, they still do. I can't take that away from them. I do have some friends that help me too. But I have been fortunate enough to have a roof over my head, but the way that I live in the house is like a homeless person. The past 2 years has been so hard for me financially. I never have a full fridge of food, ever. I never have laundry soap. I never have dish soap. I have to steal toilet paper sometimes from places. No joke, okay? I have to steal tampons. There's a restaurant near my house that keeps them underneath the thing in the bathroom, and I steal them from the restaurant. I am not even kidding, okay? This is how rough, like, the past 2 years have been really hard. So when I have a friend or a family member or somebody who hits a rough patch in their life, and they've been dealing with that rough patch for like a week, and they come to me and they bitch to me about it, I'm like the last, like, please, like, I would love to sympathize with you. I get it. I've been living it. I deal with it. Honestly, I deal with it all the time, okay? That's my life. I may live in Saratoga, but you need to think about it this way. I'm living in Saratoga on a $400 a month income. Think about that, all right? My rent alone is twice that. So there's a line where you can cross between venting to some, like, I'm not going to vent that I'm tired from running a marathon to somebody who has no legs. You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things you don't say to people. There's certain things you just don't complain about to certain people, okay? If you got it made and you got a house, multiple cars, you got all this shit, and you want to bitch about being broke to somebody who's got to steal tampons from restaurants. Like, I keep my mouth shut and keep my mouth shut and I keep my mouth shut, and eventually, like, I just snap. Like, and I try not to do that. And one of my good friends that I met in jail taught me that my biggest problem is I bottle everything in and then blow up. And I need to let it out like a tea kettle, like, psst, psst, psst. And that's, like, the truest thing for me, okay? So I will always sympathize with people going through a hard time. I will always be there to listen if you're going through a hard time. But if you start bitching at me because you're going through a hard time, I'm going to get mad, I'm going to get frustrated, and you're definitely going to hear about it. And I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're the freaking Pope. I don't care if you're my best friend, my worst enemy, God, okay? Like, it doesn't matter. There's just certain things you don't do. You know what I mean? You just don't. You don't complain about, I don't know. It's just, I get everybody wants to complain. Everybody has a right to complain. Everybody's breaking point is different. And I always try to explain that to people. Like, if there's two people and both of them get evicted, okay, out of wherever they're living, one person might be able to handle it way different than the other person, because everybody has different breaking points. You know what I mean? So I understand that and I get that. But as an addict and as somebody who's had to do some shit for money, and not even when it comes to using, like when it comes to just staying above water, okay, not anymore. But you don't gotta tell me what it's like to be broke, okay? You don't gotta tell me you don't gotta tell me I don't understand or you don't get it, because I get it, okay? I get it. So I just want to put that out there, because I just wish that everybody would think before they talk to people. You know what I mean? Like, think before you say things, because when you, like, when somebody comes to me and says that stuff, it comes off as really insensitive. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's a friend or a family member who knows what I go through, who knows how I live, who knows that my life is really difficult, and they want to come to me and be a bitch because they're going through a hard time. It's like, I don't need to hear it. I don't even need to sit here and listen to you. I don't need to sit, like, you know what I mean? But I am. I'm being a friend. I'm trying to, like, be there for you. And it's like, it's never enough. It's never enough, you know? And I've always been, and this is another thing, too. I had somebody tell me the other day, because I was an addict in my past. You guys know it. And they said to me, if you spend, like, you should stop, like, don't, they say that I scam my friends, like, scamming your friends, like, if, like, and they don't even have the right definition of scamming, like if I have $2 in my pocket and I ask somebody to buy me a coffee, but I don't do that. For one, this was somebody who said it, who really should know me by now, but they don't know me at all, like, they don't know. And I wish they did. And, like, everybody I know will disagree with that. Everybody I know at my program, all of my close friends, like, they would all say no. One of my friends came up to me. I knew she was lying too. And this is, like, when I have money, like, I do what I can. She came up to me, said somebody stole her kid's Xbox, gave her money to buy a new one, didn't even ask for it back, okay? Couple days ago, there was a homeless guy sitting outside the grocery store. He asked for a cigarette. I gave him freaking a whole pack, all right? Before that, so there's a lot of homeless people in the area. Went to Walmart, got socks, gave them to the homeless dude standing outside Walmart. He couldn't even spell the word help right. I felt so, it was H-E-L-P-E, that's how he spelled it. Before that, there was a guy coming out of stores and he asked me if I had any money on me, and I went in and I bought him food and coffee, a pack of cigarettes. Like, I'm donating the money that I get from Patreon to charity, not the whole thing, but a good part of it. Like, that's what my plan is. I always, my mom, for example, I got a check from the state a while back. It was only $300. I split it with her because she brought me to the bank. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I do as much as I can for everybody that I know. Like, I'm always trying, because, and the reason I'm doing it is not because I want good karma. It's not because I want validation. I know I joke about it and I say I'm still waiting for the good karma to come, but it's because when I was homeless and I was living on the streets and I had nothing, and I would ask somebody for a cigarette and they would tell me no, it sucked. It sucked. So now, when somebody comes up to me and they say, can I have a cigarette? I instantly remember what it was like. Okay, and this is why I say I will never, if I could go back in time and change everything I did and change my life, I would never do it. Never in a million years. I would live every day again that I lived, because it made me a better person now. Like, it literally did. I would not take back one bad thing I did. I would not take back one bad thing that happened to me. Every time I was abused, every time I was kicked out, every single thing, I would not take it back, because you know what? Now I have the knowledge to help somebody else who might need it. Okay, I have enough humbleness in my heart to help somebody who needs it. Okay, and everybody tells me. The other day I had my driver, who's also my friend, what happened, I either gave somebody the last of my pack of cigarettes, or I gave somebody like a couple dollars, and it was like all that I had. I don't remember. And he even said to me, why are you giving this to somebody else when you don't even have it for yourself? And, like, I don't have a good answer for that, really. I don't, because I get it, because now, like, now I'm screwed. I understand that, but the feeling that you get from helping somebody else is more meaningful than that last pack of cigarettes or the last couple dollars. You know what I mean? Money comes and goes, and cigarettes comes and goes for me, okay? But not for people, not for everybody, not for people living on the streets, not for people who have nothing, not for people who are so overcome by addiction that they can't get out of it. Like, so I don't know, like, I do get offended, like, when people say things like that, because, like, it's frustrating to me. It's very frustrating to me. You know, a couple years ago, with me and my parents, again, we both went through the same tax guy, and my mom was on the phone with the tax guy, and before she had even hung up the phone, okay, because something had happened, they were gonna owe a bunch of money, I said, take my taxes, pay me when you can. The whole thing. The whole thing. Take the whole thing, pay me when you can. But it's like, and I don't even have a lot. I don't have a lot to give, but I'm always trying, and it's like, it's never good enough for nobody. You know what I mean? It's never good enough for nobody. And that sucks. That sucks, because if somebody comes up to me and they give me a couple dollars, or they give me a cigarette, and this is another thing people have said to me too. How come I've done these giant things for you, but when somebody gives you $2, you seem way more grateful? To me, okay, and like, maybe this is wrong. Maybe my whole way of thinking is wrong. But if I got two people, I got a millionaire coming up to me and giving me 20 bucks, and I have somebody who's got nothing coming up to me and giving me $3, and that's all that they had in their pocket, I'm gonna be like, holy shit, like, thank you. Like, you really didn't have to do that. Because to me, that's like, it's different. They're not comparable. That's mixing apples and oranges, because it's not that you're more grateful for one person than the other. It's not that. But you can see when somebody does those types of things for me, I can see it's coming from their heart. You know what I mean? Not to say anybody else, if they have money and they're doing it, it's not coming from their heart. But it's two totally different things that you can't see. I can't even really compare them. You know what I mean? Because I know everybody does. As long as you're doing something for somebody and you're doing it not expecting anything in return, you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, it's always a great thing to do for somebody. You know what I mean? That's why at first I kind of bashed Jake Paul, and I was like, well, he's just going down there for the views, take his camera, make a video. And I guess that's not the case. I mean, at least he's actually helping. Like, I thought he was just going to drop off those trucks of water and be done. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm not gonna rant anymore about it, because I mean, literally, like, I'm just getting done talking about this stuff in Texas, and I'm sitting here bitching about God knows what. Like, you know what I mean? But I guess that's a good way to look at it. For me and anybody else who's struggling right now, keep in mind, there's people who definitely have it worse. I can sit here and bitch and say my life sucks, but at least I have a restaurant down the road to steal tampons from, because you know what? The people in Texas probably don't have a restaurant to steal tampons from right now, because they're all flooded. So I guess I gotta think about it that way. I'm still lucky enough to have that. So I'm gonna end this there. I hope you guys all have a good, safe weekend. And I am gonna try, like I said, to make more videos more often for you guys, if you guys want me to. And I want you guys to kind of like send me links to videos if you ever want to. Send me like people's names, stuff like that. Anybody you want me to watch, anything you think is interesting, send it to me. Send it to me like through Instagram. That's like the best way to do it. I have my Instagram linked on the front of my YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, but I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys so much. Every single one of you guys. Especially those of you who have been there for me since the very beginning. Like, seriously, I love you guys so much. I know you guys are probably wondering what's up with my phone real quick too. I shattered the back of it and put tape on it. You guys see that? It's like the whole back. It's whatever though. It's whatever. I ain't even got minutes on it anyways. So, alright, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Bye.